The woman appears to have been assaulted by a doctor while her wounds were being dressed. She wanted to call the police in vain, but the more she thought about it, the more she turned around and came to the police station, trying to get the police to do him justice. But I didn't realize that after police inquiries, the case was found to be closed. You'll have to go to the local police station if you want the case overturned. And if there is not enough evidence, even if it's overturned, it'll be the same result as before. Casey had no choice but to come to his father. After a lot of lobbying, she's been able to get her to do it. My father promised to help her sell the ancestral home to hire a private investigator. After getting a loan, Casey soon came to find a detective who had played for his country. The two men split up in order to overturn the case. Casey came to seek the help of a hospital buddy. Yeah, I've got a list of women who are no longer coming to this hospital. She came knocking on doors one by one. I hope the other side can sue the doctor with her to prove his innocence. But I didn't expect everyone to hear about her intentions. They've all closed their doors and stopped caring. Boy, the detective, on the other hand, faked a toothache to get to this doctor for treatment. When he left, he lied about writing a letter of advice to the hospital. I hope the doctor can seal him up. And so it was with his seamless plan. He managed to get a doctor's spit for a genetic test. Soon he came to find a professional appraiser. After cutting a small piece of paper out of the letter, the agency immediately started gene sequencing. Soon the detectives came to find Casey again, and to the surprise of them all, because the saliva dries out with other elements, so the results are not accurate. Hearing this, Casey was in utter despair. Yeah, I thought I'd be cleared of any wrongdoing this time, but I didn't realize it was all for nothing. In a fit of pique, she immediately brought the detective to the doctor's doorstep. She was going to violently break the window, but was stopped in time by the detective, because robbery is a much bigger offense than theft. With some maneuvering by the detectives, they managed to open the door, and Casey had no trouble getting the doctor's lip balm from the co-pilot, where they rushed it over for genetic sequencing. Factual evidence. What evidence? Evidence for genetic testing. Are you invading his home? I got it from his car. How dare you commit a crime to get evidence of a crime? How does that count? The sheriff didn't realize Casey committed a crime to prove someone else did. Detektiv sheriff didn't realize Casey committed a crime to prove someone else did. LAUDCTTCVL sheriff didn't expect Casey to commit a crime to prove another person committed a crime. But in order to clear her name, the sheriff still brought Casey in to find the DA. But here's the surprise. This has to go, because illegally obtained evidence cannot be considered evidence. Why? It's what I've worked for. I didn't realize that illegally obtained evidence doesn't count. But to help Casey, the DA still had the sheriff bring the doctor to the station, take another blood test in front of everyone, and this time in front of everyone's eyes. They managed to remove a tube of blood from the doctor's arm. But what no one expected was 23, 25, 26, 24, 26. The results of this test remain the same as before. The doctor's genes don't match the criminal. But just when everyone was at a loss, the turnaround is finally here. After seeing Casey's determination to stay the course, the victim who had been assaulted by the same doctor came to the police station to report the incident. And the police, after getting a statement from the girl,